Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Yashodanandana Vraj Janana. Yashodanandana Vraj Janana. Yashodanandana Vraj Janana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Keep playing. So remember, keep playing. Remember yesterday what Gopakumar tells, we should not get attached so much to mantra, but rather to Nama Sankirtan. That's what we are beginning it, the session today with. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्रजाकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सतीश डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते गौरवाणी प्रसारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशकाले हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च विवासितो व्यैव च परित्राणां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रीराधिका प्रभृतयो नितरां जयन्ति गोप्यो नितान्त भगवत् प्रियता प्रसिद्धा यासां हरौ परमसौभगमाधुरीणां निर्वक्तुमीषदपि जातु न कोऽपि शक्तः सदैतनिज भावं यो विभाव्य स्वभावात् सुमधुरमवतीर्णो भक्तरूपेण लोभात् जयति कनकधामा श्रीचैतन्य नामा हरिर्हयति वेश श्रीशचि सूनुरेशः हन्तायमद्रिरबला हरिदासवर्यो यद् रामकृष्ण चरण स्पर्श प्रमोदः मानं तनोति सह गोगणयोस्तयोर्यत् पानीयसूयवस कन्दर्कन्दमूलैः मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणम् Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Radhe. Happy to be here and again grateful to ISKCON Portland, wonderful congregation, leadership for giving the opportunity to be a little instrument in churning this big ocean of Brihad Bhagavatamrit. And thank you to Anil Prabhu, Shweta Mataji, Madhvaji. Is there another? Gauri also. And my mother. And your mother? Yeah, she's sitting. Thank you. Are you okay sitting down? You want to sit on the chair? No problem. Thank you. Thank you for organizing this, and all of you for spending time and coming today. And we'll continue the discussion on this most amazing Grantha, Brihad Bhagavatamrita. First, seeking blessings from Sanatan Goswami, Rupa Goswami, and all the acharyas who have categorically, explicitly pointed out this Grantha to be a paramount importance. Bhagavatam has 14,040 verses. If we count in terms of the double mark, at the end of a verse you have this viram. So if we count like that, it is 14,040. Because in 5th canto and 6th canto, there are these paragraph verses. But if you divide them by Anushtup meter, which is some syllables, 32, right? Then it comes to be 18,000, depending on how much, whichever composition or calculation you want to do. But Brihad Bhagavatamrit is Sundar Sasta Tikau. Beautiful, small, and sustainable, because it just has 2,513 verses. And it captures the essence. It has 14 chapters. Bhagavatam has 335 chapters. So 2513 verses, 14 chapters, 7 chapters in the Prathama Khanda, and the 7 chapters in the next Khanda. So Sanatan Goswami has given us quite an essence. So we require his mercy so that we can do justice, or rather we can do a little seva which will please him and which will purify hearts, but more than that, develop our attraction towards the most important Grantha, to which this most important Grantha is pointing, which is Srimad Bhagavatam. With that, we begin. And no sooner we enter this Grantha, we realize that the world is a grand master storytelling competition, correct? World is a grand master storytelling competition. Everybody is telling their stories, correct? Politicians are telling their stories, technocrats are telling their stories, we are telling our stories, sometimes to ourselves, sometimes to others, isn't it? And who will say, what they will say, and how they will say will set the narrative, correct? Who is saying the story, what story they are telling, how they are telling, correct? That sets the narrative, that makes people inspired or demotivated, correct? In the language of literature and also cinema, this is called Rashomon effect. Anybody heard about this? Rashomon effect. So in Japan in mid 20th century, there was some movie called Rashomon. I haven't seen it, neither I know Japanese. But what does Rashomon, that movie did? There was a crime and different people are looking at crime from different angles. Then there's a whole court scene. Kisne kiya. This is called Who Done It. Have you heard about it? Who done it? So now everybody is looking at different angle. Upanishads also talk about the Rashomon effect. There is an elephant and there are 6 blind men. So who is it? Different people are touching different aspects of the elephant, right? The trunk is considered to be a snake. The sides of the elephant are considered to be walls. The legs are considered to be banana trunks. Ears are considered to be big fans, correct? So everybody is thinking they are right. They are telling their own stories. Rashomon effect. Later on, India also, they started making literature around it. They used to call it Ittifaq. Ittifaq, we know, coincidence, but it is moving from different angles. In fact, that's also sometimes we do. The Rashomon effect. telling the story from different angles about Bhagavad Tattva. Correct? Different people are seeing Bhagavad Tattva in different way, or different persons are seeing reality also in different way. Correct? Different Sankhya, Vaisheshika, Yoga, right? Many of them consider there is no need of God. There is just Prakriti and Purusha, and they interact with each other and do kit pit khat pat. Bhagwan, not needed. Lord is not needed. But that's not Sanatan Dharma. That's not what Sanatan Dharma is. Sanatan Dharma is known by the story of Vedanta. We believe in the story of Vedanta, which talks about there is just, we talked about it yesterday, one vastu. What? One vastu, one thing. That's it. One Advaya Tattva. Tattva means vastu. Advaya means not two. There's just one Tattva. And we explained it yesterday. Let me give a different angle and explanation. Now, here I don't know how we make the homes. Maybe there is wood and then we painted it, done. In India, two words are commonly used when we understand making of a home. First is mason, second is matter. Mason and matter. In Hindi, we may call it mistri and masala. Correct? Cement is used, so that's called masala. It's not the dal masala, chaat masala, the masala. And mason is the mistri who does the cement pasting and things like that. Now, in normal life, they are different. But in the life of Vedant, they are same. We call it Abhinna, Nimit, Upadan, Karan. Abhin means one and the same. Nimit means mistri, mason. And Upadan means matter. So both are same. Of course. Bhumirapo nalavayu kammano buddhirevacha. Correct? Krishna is saying these are my energies. Energy is not different than energetic. So matter is Krishna, and Mason is a person who is also energy of Krishna. So Mason is also Krishna. This is like the most revolutionary philosophy ever we can hear, that there is just one Advait Tattva. One Tattva, Sri Krishna. All are the energies. I am explaining it today because this will be unfurling today. As we will travel today, the title today is Cosmic Journey. We have to travel through many planetary systems. So Mason and matter are same. But they are different also, because energy is different from energetic, correct? We are not 100% impersonalist, right? Abhinna but bhin. So that is one aspect. Now you will say, but wait, what do you mean? How do you understand people saying that Krishna, Bhagwan, or the Supreme Personality Godhead is Brahman? Some say it is Paramatma in the heart. Some say he is Bhagwan. Correct? Some say he is Brahman. Some say he is Paramatma in the heart. Some say he is Bhagwan. How do you explain it? Well, we say that it depends which story you want to read and hear, correct? If we are looking from the angle of everybody is gold, everybody is made of gold, just there are different ornaments, it is looking at Brahman, correct? You have nose ring, you have ankle bells, you have bracelets, you have whatnot, but all are made of gold. And since all are made of gold, a person says, I'm not interested in the ornaments, I'm interested in the matter of the ornaments, and that is gold, that is Brahman. But devotees they go beyond it. They say, for us, he is that person whose energy is Brahman, or whose the effulgence of the toenails is Brahman. So see what is happening depends on what story you are reading. It will be different. This is what Bhagavatam describes as. It is the verse which is perhaps most commented by almost all the acharyas. Jiva Goswami Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur. It says, Tvam Bhakti Yoga Paribhavita Hrit Saroja. You are in the Saroj. And what is the meaning of Saroj? Lotus. In the lotus-like heart of the devotees. And what happens? Ase srute kshita patho nanunatha pumsam. You come to the path of the seeing by the ears. You come from the path of seeing by the ears. So the saints tell us, strengthen your ears, not your eyes. What? Strengthen your ears, not the eyes. Now, recently some movies have come. First there was animation movie, and now there are many other movies on Krishna and etc. etc. Fine, one can do it, but acharyas tell us instead of focusing on the eyes, focusing on the ears, because if you only focus on the eyes, then maybe you'll create a picture of Arun Govil and Deepika and put them as Ram and Sita. Those who grew up in India in 87 didn't have heard about this 1987 Raman and Sagar's Ramayana serial, and people will literally keep in their altar the picture of the actor who became Ram as Ram. How limited it becomes, right? And tomorrow, if that actor does some ghapla, perhaps he did, we do not know, did some ghapla, then their shraddha will go down. So we may create a lot of AI pictures and AI videos and AI movies also. Now they're almost end to end, and we can make it dazzlingly amazing. Fine. But that's what scriptures tell us, need not become sthai. Sthai is Shrutek Shritapatho Nanunath Pumsam. From the ears. And then what happens when he comes in the heart? Yad yad dhiya ta urugaya vibhavayanti. Whatever dhiya, whatever you are thinking of reciprocating with Krishna, dhiya, buddhi. Remember, we started the discussion with story. What story you want to create with Krishna? Tat tat vapuhu pranayase sadanugrahaya. He will come in that form. Or he will give you that particular form to reciprocate. Isn't it? Depends on what story we are reading. And that's the reason why we need acharyas such as these Sanatan Goswami to tell us the right story. Correct? Otherwise, the verse with which we began the yesterday discussion, that Vedas are afraid somebody should not create unearth out of the earth which we are presenting. Right? We saw that verse. Idihasa Purana Bhyam Vedam Samava Brahmye. Then Vibheti Mamayam Prahare. This devotee who has not heard much, Alpashrutad, if he has not heard much, or if he has heard but not practiced much, right? Then what can happen? He can mangle it, he or she can mangle it and present a very different story. Harishori Prabhu gives an example of this. Harishori Prabhu gives an example of this particular anecdote happening with Srila Prabhupada. Perhaps it was year 1976. This is in Aligarh. Anybody from Aligarh here or nearby? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. So, Aligarh, we've heard his name. Looks like a place predominated by Islamic population, name is Islamic, but interestingly, it comes in Braj Chaurasi course. So it is in Braj. So I was thinking maybe we should think of a different story of the word Aligarh, right? So now Ali means what? Well, we know what it means, but it also means bee. Ali means bee, and Ali means also Sakhi. So it's a god of the Sakhis. We can think in that way. So Prabhupada was there in Aligarh, and there was a huge program by the owner of some company called Tiger Lock Company. The olden Tiger Locks we used to get. Sehgal Ji, there was a huge program, 7,000 people came, and a friend of Sehgal Ji had organized this program who was a member of a particular mission. And the person of this mission had gone to US to in early 20th century to also preach impersonalistic philosophy. After Swami Vivekananda went in 1896, this person went early 20th century, and the person came with all the books of that society. Prabhupada said, okay, fine. He was very cordial. He didn't take the books and he just left. So Hari Shauri Prabhu narrates the story that I was curious. Prabhupada got these nice books. Prabhupada didn't even look at it. Was he sure? Wasn't he sure? What's going on? So when Prabhupada left, Hari Shauri Prabhu opened the book. He was the personal secretary at that time. And it was a collection of the lectures of this personality made into form of book. And right at the outset, it began as myself in the form of all the ladies and gentlemen speaks. Myself as all the ladies and gentlemen speaks means I'm you, you are me. So different story, isn't it? Srila Prabhupada could grasp, maybe from a few interactions, that what story this person is presenting. So we need an acharya. Bhagavatam is a huge grantha of 14,040 verses. Here is an acharya who can give us essence, isn't it? So he says, and that's the shloka number 1. You have been circulated all the shlokas and the songs which we do today. You have that? Bhagavat Bhakti Shastranam Ayam Sarasya Sangraha Anubhutasya Chaitanya Devetat Ayam, this is the Sangraha collection of the Sar, essence of Bhagavad Bhakti Shastra. All the Bhagavad Bhakti Shastra is the essence. And we gave a simple analogy. Vedas are like Gaiya, cow. Gita is like milk. Bhagavatam is like Adhota Dud. I don't know, there's no English translation for Adhota Dud. It means you have to explain it in a paragraph. You keep churning. When it is half boiled, then you mix it, some nuts in it, and it is adhota doodh. It is what we serve to Radha Raman Lal, Radha Vallabh Lal, on the temples in Vrindavan, especially during the night. And we were discussing that song, Has Doodh Pivat Nath. Please smile and drink milk. And there are also songs in which it says Phunk, means Yashoda Maya is blowing air on it to make it a little cool so that he can drink. So Adhota Doodh, that is Bhagavatam. What is Brihad Bhagavatam? Rabdi. How do you translate that in English? You can't. It's not condensed milk. It is Rabdi. So Bhagavatam is the essence. And the younger brother Rupa Goswami also explains it. Yeah, last time we talked about it. Vyakti Kratasti Gudapi Bhakti Siddhanta Madhuri. He has explained all the sweetness of the Bhakti Siddhanta in this book to my elder brother. So Sanatana Goswami wrote this book. He wrote a commentary on his book. And Rupa Goswami was not satisfied, or he wanted to expand more. So on his Bade Bhaiya's book, Brihad Bhagavatamrit, he wrote, the Chote Bhaiya wrote, Ladhu Bhagavatamrit. And today both are here. If you see, 6 Goswamis are here on the altar in the form of deities. The middle 2 are Sanatan and Rup. Sanatan on this side, Rup on this side. So Sanatan Goswami and Rup Goswami, they are both here. So what is this scripture? We talked about it. It is spoken by whom? Jaimini to Janmejaya. Jaimini is a rishi. Janmejaya is son of Parikshit Maharaj, and Janmejaya tells to this rishi that I did the course of Mahabharata earlier. That was Vaishampayana's Mahabharata, and it was little tikha because Krishna was not in the center. So I asked him, give me some pecan ice cream. Correct. So what happened after that? The killer part. It's called killer. Killer means appendix. And ISKCON, Silicon Valley ki jai, Madan Mohan Lal ki jai, Portland meeting, ISV ki jai. Thank you for coming. So, Khilabhag or the appendix of Vaishampayana's Mahabharata is, anybody remembers the name yesterday? Harivamsha Puran. And here Janmejay is telling Jaimini ji, the rasa which I already got from you is already very high. The Vaishampayana's Mahabharata was spicy. Your is already very sweet. So can you give a little bit more? Pecan ice cream? Sweet? So he spoke the appendix. Appendix is the Khilabhag. So if you get a book which has an appendix, don't disregard it. Because it may be, which ice cream? Pecan ice cream. It may be very, very sweet. So the sweeter part, or much, much sweeter than even the Jaimini's Mahabharata which was spoken, is what we are talking about. Brihad Bhagavatamrita. And it is spoken by Jaimini to Janmejay. He is telling the mother of Parikshit runs after her son, saying that Yat Shukenopadishtam te vatsa nishkrishya. Tell me the sar of what Shukdev Goswami has told you. So he is dying, or he's very close to his leaving the body, but who cares about the body? He is already liberated. So he says, Prashna Madhuri Mukhari Kritaha. The sweetness of your Prashna has turned me towards you. So I'll now start narrating. So he narrates 7 chapters, which is the first canto of Brihad Bhagavatamrita, called The Chronicles of not Narnia, but Narada. Chronicles of Narada. And in these chronicles, Narad Muni keeps on traveling, finding out who has gotten the best kripa. That's why this book is called Sri Bhagavat Kripa Sar Nirdharanam. Nirdharanam means ascertaining. Sar means essence. Kripa means grace. Bhagavat means Bhagwan ki, of Bhagwan. Sri means not alone. Radharani is also there. So it's the ascertaining the essence of the grace of Sri Bhagavan. That's the first canto, 7 chapters. But a big locha happened in the end. Big issue happened in the end. They told that the best devotees are Yatha Gopikanam, but they told in a very indirect way. They didn't introduce Radharani and Gopis there. Something which we completed in Seattle this time. And the last chapter is Krishna telling the glories of Gopis. Paroksh or indirect way. Amazing, right? Krishna is enacting pastimes in a new Vrindavan, which is in Dwarka, and that is revealing the sweetness of Vrindavan. When Uttara heard the conclusion, everything is done. First canto finished. Parikshit Maharaj gave the instructions to mother. You should always chant name. You should always worship these gopis. Tata. She said, wait. I'm not satisfied. And we talked about it. She says that there are many bhaktas in Vaikuntha. We talked about it. Jnana Bhakta like Sankadik. Shuddha Bhakta like Ambarish. Then Prema Bhakta like Hanuman. Then Prema Para Bhakta like Arjun and Pandavas. Prema Atur Bhakta like Yadavas. You can't have same compartment for both of them. Can't have one class, right? Business economy, premium economy. They must be there. Uttara is quite intelligent. It takes a mother like Uttara to have a son like Parikshit. We say, right? Like father, like son. I think we should also add like mother, like son. So she asked the question, and this we underlined it too much yesterday, right? The categorical verse, almost like Krishna's tu Bhagwan Swayam Abriyat of Srimad Bhagavatam. This is 2:121. Ye sarva nairapekshena Radha dasya chabha param. Yesterday we discussed about it. That those who are desiring to be servants of Sri Radha, they chant the names of Krishna. They want to serve in the mood of Brajvasis. Don't put them in the economy class. Put them in the utter premium class. Correct? So much so that she's now feeling for Nandan Yashoda. And this is the sloka number 2 for today. We have shared it. Maybe I'll ask Mataji to share. अन्येषामिव तेषां च अन्येषामिव तेषां च प्राप्यं चेत् भिन्न तृप्यति अहो नन्द यशोदादे न सहे तादृशीं गतिम् तादृशीं गतिम्. So she's saying Anyesham. Anyesham means Amrish Maharaj, Sankadik, Hanuman, Pandavas, ityadi, ityadi, ityadi. Tesham means Brajvasis. You put them in the same thing. My heart is not tripyati. My heart is not satisfied. Don't put them in the same class. And then she's a mother, right? So she's feeling for Krishna's mother and father. Nanda Yashodahe na sahe. I cannot tolerate Nanda and Yashoda Maharaj to have Tadrishim, वैसे ही, like that Gatin. Economy class. Don't think like that. I also travel in economy class. I have nothing against economy class. So, but she's telling Krishna will reciprocate according to the devotees. These devotees are special, so there must be some bifurcations in Vaikuntha. And her question, ISV devotees are here, and His Grace Vaisheshika Maharaj has always taught us questions are the hooks. Questions drive the answers, and He has taught us become a master asker, right? So Uttara is a master asker. She asked, and oh my Radha. What happened? Another 7 chapters. And this is what we are trying to discuss in these 6 sessions. The second khanda of Brihad Bhagavatamrit, titled Shri Goloka Mahatmya. What? Shri Goloka Mahatmya. Because she's hinting business class. They must have a special place. I want to know about that place. Because in the first book, you just indirectly pointed out Krishna is talking about the glories of Vrindavan, sitting in New Vrindavan in Dwarka. This is like we are sitting here, and for years and years and years we are talking about Braj. At least once we can go. Of course, visa allowing, and we propose something that we may think about opening a temple called Visa Stamp Balaji in US. There is Visa Balaji in India. So we may have a Visa Stamp Balaji here. So there's a different experience, isn't it? Kunti Devi, Prabhupada's disciple, great stalwart, no, Alladini Devi, Mataji, who actually left her body defending the devotees in South Africa. She went to Vrindavan after like decades. And our Guru Maharaj was describing when she went, every place she was like, jhar, jhar, tears. Because she could feel it. That was separation from that Vrindavan. In fact, it is said there is no Kunja Gali in Vrindavan where saints have not shed their tears. So it is holy because Krishna has walked. Perhaps it is holier because saints have cried there. In separation, Krishna, that's why Gopakumar was also crying. So she instigates, and Parikshit Maharaj starts narrating in the form of a story of a Mathura Brahman. And we began with the chapter 1 yesterday, which is the level 1, and the title is Vairagya. What? Because the whole episode is just by chanting mantra, they are detached. Isn't it? So, what happened yesterday? First Kirdar, or the first Mukhya character, was Mathura Brahman. Because of some business issues, he was in Pravas at Pragjyotishpur, modern Guwahati. In fact, that place is still there, and Kamakhya Devi worship is very famous. Many people go there. I know some of the Banke Vihari Gosains who go there. I always wonder, why live in Banke Vihari? But people have different affiliations. So, people still go Kamakhya Devi. So, Kamakhya Devi had given this Mathura Brahman a 10-syllable mantra. And we talked about what is that mantra. Gopi Jana Vallabha. I will not say later. Attach I to it and put Namaha. That is 10 syllable. And those who have gotten second initiated in ISKCON, they have Ashta Dashakshara mantra, in which there's a beat starting with Ka, clean, and Krishna with the I, and Govind with the I, it becomes 18. I cannot say because we do not say it out in the sequence. We can mangle up the sequence. So this is the mantra which was given. So his journey began. All his desires are reducing, but he's thinking there's something more. So he travels from Prag Jyotishpur to Ganga Sagar to Kashi to Prayag to Mathura Vishranti Ghat and then to Keshi Ghat. When he comes to the Keshi Ghat, a new character comes. It happens, right? For some character it is introduced, but then the main character comes again. This main character is Gopa Kumar, who is embracing Krishna. So Gopa Kumar is crying. Why is he crying? That will be revealed in perhaps the last half hour of the Saturday evening lecture. Why he was crying. So he is crying. And this person who is just very much confused, who is confused? Mathura Brahman goes to him. Gopakumar figures out, I was meant to be sent for him. So he composes himself using palmistry or, sometimes we can see the face and tell, kya hai re, what's going on. So that's not a rocket science. Face is really the index of mind. We all can figure it out. The parents can quickly figure it out, what is happening with their kids. So he figured out and he told him some inner secrets of his life. So Mathura Brahmana started trusting Gopakumar. Now Gopakumar thought something. He thought only one thing is remaining for this Mathura Brahman. He has to see Krishna. But he must not be so attached to mantra, but be attached to Nama Sankirtan. So if there is something about this book, it will inspire us to take Naam seriously. What seriously? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So he starts to tell his story. He tells them, I was born in Giraj Dharan ki jai at Govardhan. And in the Govardhan, what did I do? I was just happily playing. Yesterday we spoke very quickly about it. Now we have to expand it because the third most important character is coming. First one, Mathura Brahman. Of course, zeroth character was Kamakhya Devi. First character, Mathura Brahman. Second is Gopakumar. And this Gopakumar is playing. And one fine day he sees another fellow crying. Looks like it's a crying school. This fellow was a little bit old, but there was one thing about him. He loved everything about Vrindavan. What? He loved everything about Vrindavan. Somehow, Vrindavan is not different than Krishna. If we have to either love Krishna or Vrindavan, we have to love them 24 karat, 100%. Correct? We can't say to Krishna, right? Krishna, I don't like your hand. On like Bhagavatam, we say, I don't like fifth canto. No, if Krishna can give us the vision, maybe fifth canto will be an ode to Radharani. Who knows? There are some saints who are so good in Sanskrit, they can reveal the verses meaning Gauranga Mahaprabhu or Radharani. So, the entire Bhagavatam is the Vangmaya, Vigraha of Sri Krishna. So, we love everything about Bhagavatam because we love everything about Krishna. Therefore, we love everything about Vrindavan. Even if we see hogs, we will do namaskar and say what? Om Varahaya Namaha. If you see bandars, even if they snatch away, what they snatch away? Glasses and anything which is detachable. We will say what? Before throwing fruity, Om Hanumate Namaha. We love everything about Vrindavan. Oh no, we don't love the summer season of Vrindavan. Why? Because unless we are in the summer season, how would we see Jalvihar? How would we see Chandan Yatra? How would we see Phul Bangla? How would we see Aam Bangla? You know Aam Bangla? Kesari Aam Bangla, Langda Aam Bangla, Dasheri Aam Bangla. So, if Summer season is not that. Will we make pool bungalow in winter? No, right? So every season is important. Indeed, that doesn't go us to ignore the ecological issue in Vrindavan. Because we love everything about Vrindavan, we make sure that we do not cause ecological footprint there, right? Now, it's not like we go for 3 days. 3 days. How much kachra I can do? I can contribute. So, their plastic? No, right? If we love everything about Vrindavan, we love the Bhumi also. So, we are careful about ecological footprint. This character, this person who loves everything, who is catching Gopakumar and just kissing him all over the place, is mirroring Sanatan Goswami himself. Because he would love everything about Vrindavan. So much so, he would do his chanting, but enter into a room and tell people, have your daughters gotten married? Are your farms giving enough produce? Why does he need? Why does he need? Babaji Virakta. Why does a Virakta? We say Vairag, right? But Sanatan Goswami, other acharyas give a different definition of Vairag. What's the definition? Vishishte, Paramatmani, Raga, Sa, Viraga, Tasya Bhava, Vairagyam. The Vairag is the bhav of a person attached to Paramatma, who is Vishishta. That is the most Vishishta object. So, he would go to meet with all the Brajvasis. This person now tells to this Gopakumar, feeling very causelessly mercy towards him, come to Keshi, take her back, and I will tell you whatever you need to achieve the greatest perfection. Amazing, right? We have all been the product of such mercy, right? Somebody does, I mean, they didn't check the much qualification and background, isn't it? I don't know about you. Mercy case here. So, he was given which mantra? Same Dashakshara mantra. And as Gopakumar is telling the story, if somebody is telling the story with there is a lot of commonalities, our mouth becomes big and eyes become big. So this Mathura Brahmana is thinking, Ari, he got the same mantra as me. Let me see what happened to him. So he's more and more glued to the story. But this guru was so much in that Vairag which we are talking about, Vishishta Rag, that he couldn't even tell the methods to worship. He gave the mantra. As he was describing the method, he started crying. He left. Because those who have real Vastu hide that real Vastu. So he didn't want to feel embarrassed. So he left. So Gopakumar, out of Adar means respect. Because he received mantra out of mercy. Correct? He started chanting, even though he didn't know ye karna hai, what, we do different things, right? In the worship, we didn't know. But he started chanting shloka number 3. Tanmahapurushasya prabhavat tadrishena cha javen chitta suddhirme tatra shraddhapi ajayata. It was the prabhav of that particular personality. See, that's the most important, and we must never forget that. Who has given us the Vesh? Who has given us the Mala? Who has given us the bead bag? Who has given us the counter beads also, which we call, the Hindi word for Sakshi Mala. Who has given us the Mala? Who has given the Sakshi Mala? Who has given the bead bag? Gurudev, right? So, it is their prabhav which is making us chant. Not only Gurudev, the Vaishnavas, isn't it? It is their prabhav. So he is recognizing. And because he is recognizing, Chitta Shuddhi is happening. He's getting purified. And when he is getting purified, I don't know what happened to him. He's sitting right in the, as they say, ground. You call ground? They call ground Sankirtan. What they call Shiva Sangan? The ground. Angan. Shiva Sangan, they call it the epicenter of Sankirtan, right? So like that, he's sitting at the epicenter of all spirituality, Vrindavan, but he thinks, oh, Maybe the goal of the mantra is the Lord must be somewhere else. So he goes out to the banks of Ganges. In the end, in the sixth session, he'll come back. Why so much, as we say in Matha Pachi? Why so much? Because some journeys are meant to be taken. What? Some journeys are meant to be taken. Some falls are meant to be experienced. Julian of Norwich, I don't know how many of you know, a saint. The saying is, first there is a fall, then there is a recovery from the fall, and both are the mercy of Lord. First there is a fall, then there is recovery from the fall, and both are. Anybody who got their fractures will attest to it. Maybe something other was meant to happen. And isn't Bhagavatam a story for that? First there was a fall, Parikshit Maharaj put the snake. Then there was a recovery from the fall. Bhagavatam came. Both were mercy. Otherwise, you won't receive Briyad Bhagavatam. Correct? So he had to do it. So he goes to the Ganges, banks of Ganges, where people are worship Shalagram Shila. He's sad. I mean, come on. You're putting him inside a box. He said, Baba, I'm a little bit small worshipper. If you want to see a big worship, go to the capital of the city. Perhaps it is Magad. I'm guessing they don't mention the name. And there he sees Bhavya worship, but then they have these rules, don't touch Prashadam, and then some sects to be outside. He said, I don't like this. Some people tell him, I see him all over in this room. Jagannath, right? He goes to Purushab, say there's Jagannath there. There is, I think he's a mix of Jagannath and Baki Bihari. There is Jagannath here. So he lands up into Jagannath. And his entry into Jagannath is described exactly like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He goes, faints at the Garuda Stamba. Then he goes again, faints and gets a whack by the pujaris. He thinks it is mercy. And the days are going in happiness. Which happiness? Which happiness the days are going in Jagannath Puri? Anand Bazar. That's why it is named Anand Bazar. Where Lord Jagannath's hands are never dry. Why? He eats, and after eating, he washes the hands, right? There, another food, another preparation. Then he eats, another time the hand is washed, it's again wet. Lord eats there. And there, even if the Sukha, Rukha, Prasadam, no care. You just take it. In fact, they say if somebody offers us Prasadam, we should do Danvats. Prasadam is not different than Krishna. If we can't because of some back issues or some other issues, at least pranam. Or at least at that time take a Karna Prasad. Karna means little bit. Because it might happen that some devtas may steal that prasad. Yeah, that has happened with many people. It just gets lost. So the mercy which was coming went. So what's the best policy? Do pranam, take a Karnika Prasadam. Karna. Because it is prasad. So he goes there, and there he's having a very nice time. And he is almost forgetting, inattentive in the mantra chanting he's becoming because too much mitha and khaja. The name is khaja. Imagine a food which is inviting you khaja. Eat me. So he's happy, but you cannot forget Vrindavan. But will Vrindavan forget you? And of course, in Jagannath Puri, where it is all about Vrindavan. You know what is the another name of Jagannath Ji? He is called Geet Govind Thakur. Why? Because every night, a sari on which Geet Govind is written, Odia script, Yadi Hari Smarane Sarasam Mano Yadi Vilas Kalasu Kutuhalam. Jayadev Goswami, right in the beginning, is saying if you are interested in this kind of topics, Shrinu Tada Jayadev Saraswati, which is Madhura Komala Kanta Padavali. It's Padavali, a sweet songs which is Madhur. Why Madhur? If we hear Geet Govind, there is no strong letters there. It's all like Rabdi, Jalebi, Bhaja. Shita Kamala Kuja Mandal Hai Dhrita Kundalahe. All songs, simple songs. But he likes to hear, and all songs are about Vrindavan. One maybe in the beginning, which is, we all know that. Tavakar Kamalavare Nakhamadbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tava Keshavadrita Narhari Rupa Jai Jagadish Har. Dashastar Stotra, right at the beginning to tell he's that same fellow from which all the avatars come. Samajh mein aa gaya. Did you understand? Now let's go to Vrindavan. So all around 252 or 270 verses, 25 Ashtapadis, I think, songs are there, all about Vrindavan. So why will he forget Vrindavan? So he's hankering. Who is hankering? Gopa Kumar is hankering for Vrindavan. Because there are issues also. What issues? He's a member, but he cannot serve. I mean, he's an ordinary janta, right? So when big festivals happen, hey, on the side, on the side. So he's hankering. He wants to go to Vrindavan, but he wants to stay in Jagannath Puri also. And there something magical happens. What magic happens? He sees his guru again. That same personality who gave the mantra. And what is the guru doing? He's there in one of the festivals. Gopakumar sees it. Then in the festivities that happens, right? We are in the festivities and person we are coming from, he gets lost, we get lost. Guru Maharaj, where did he go? Went. Oops. And he's searching, 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 and near the shore, he is doing what must he be doing, Guru Maharaj? Can he guesses? Alone, what he must be doing? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Nama Sankirtananandair Nityai. Dance करके. How? Labdho Maya Ekalaha. Alone. So some of us may say Sankirtan is Bahubhir Militva Uchchaihi Sankirtanam. That's fine. But he's doing alone. Which means even alone is counted. When we do with full of our capabilities, involving all our senses and mind, that too is Sankirtan. So he's doing, Gopa Kumar finds him, and Guru Maharaj gives him a blessing. So we thought that we'll sing it in the song manner, but where is Anirudh Babaji Maharaj? Where is Anirudh? Okay. So we'll wait till Anirudh when he comes. So he will tell him something. Maybe till he comes, we will do a slow song. Song 1. These are actually verses of Brihad Bhagavatamrita, but proclamation of the Guru to his disciple. Are you all with me so far? Yat yat sankalpya bhovatsa, yat yat sankalpya bhovatsa, nijam mantram japishyasi, nijam mantram japishyasi, tat prabhavena tat sarvam, tat prabhavena tat sarvam. वाञ्छातीतं च सेत्स्यति वाञ्छातीतं च सेत्स्यति श्रीजगन्नाथ देवस्य श्रीजगन्नाथ देवस्य सेवारूपं च वेदितम् सेवारूपं च वेदितम् एवं मत्पच विश्वस्य एवं मत्पच विश्वस्य न कदाचित् जपं त्यजे न कदाचित् जपं त्यजे त्वमेतस्य प्रभावेन चिरजीवी भवान् गोपाल पराप्यत मानस Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Oh dear Vatsa, oh Vatsa, whatever you desire, but desire intentfully and innocently. Intentfully, but not like coming on the top of somebody else, but innocently and intently, sankalpya. And while doing so, you will do what? Nijam mantram japishyasi. And you will be chanting your Nija mantra, Guru mantra. This Gopal mantra is very, very powerful. If you're chanting intently about pizza, you might get it. And tat prabhavena, by that prabhava, tat sarvam, vancha titam, whatever you want, you will get it. Okay. And then comes the crucial verse here. This chanting is non different than Jagannath Seva. Don't be inattentive to it. Chanting too is service. Sri Jagannath Devasya Seva Rupam. This is Seva Rupam. None other than some. Don't think it is extra. Something else is Seva, that's extra. No, that's also Seva. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, some people came and talked about a devotee in their mutt. Akinchand Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj. He keeps chanting, doesn't do anything. He must do something. Bhakti Siddhanta said, Thakur, let's take out an ad in the newspaper. 24-hour chanters, we'll pay prasada, lodging, and lifafa, envelope. Nobody came. It's hard. So if in every community we find some people who have chaska of naam, let them do it. And maybe we can go around them and ask them, can I borrow some chaska of the naam? Can I borrow some taste of the name? It's important. It's true service. But do one thing. Do one thing. Do it intently. You will live long. I bless you. And you will remain innocent and in this Gopal. You will not have the external adambars or the manufactured items added. You will keep going to different places and people will tell him, Prabhuji, Tesla. Prabhuji, Lamborghini. No, 11 number ki bus. You know the bus which is named number 11? That is our feet, right? It looks like 11. So in Vrindavan, people have the bus which is number 11. So remain simple, but keep chanting. So then he started chanting and he was seeing Vrindavan everywhere. He was seeing Chataka Parvat to be Giraj Dharan. He was seeing ocean to be Yamuna. Then he's seeing Nilachal, Nila Madhav to be Radha Madhav, Ityadi, Ityadi. But still he has desire to serve little bit more intimately and he's chanting, oh, I want to serve Jagannath very, very intimately. And so it happened. The king had no son. He became attracted to Gopakumar. The king died. They thought, let's make him king. So he becomes the king of Puri. Now, only job is festival. Utsav. All the 12 major festivals of Jagannath Puri are with like platinum level, high level, because that's it. I mean, imagine if we become king, we will try to do what we like to do, isn't it? So he was doing it. However, he figured out there is price for being a celebrity. Sounds familiar? There is advantage of anonymity and a price for being a celebrity. I know one saint, he told, earlier when I was not so celebrated, I would go to Banke Bihari, Radha Vallabh. Nobody would notice me. They would notice Banke Bihari. Now when I become celebrity, world has made, then what happens? I go, people are doing dandavats to whom? To him. Taking pictures of whom? Banke Bihari. Ye to roz become daily. This fellow is here today, so let's take a picture. He said, I can't even go and take peaceful darshan of deity because Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu says, right? Don't do danvats to others when the altar is open, correct? So there is price of being a celebrity. And, well, personally, I know many people even in spiritual circles, who sometimes are anxious. Why this celebrity thing is on my head? Better it was not. One has to, therefore, in this day and age, almost become iconoclastic. You know this word, iconoclast? It is like, it's used for those who break the idols, but it almost means we have to go reverse than what is world is doing or going. Correct? In the world today, anything which can get marketed must be marketed. Even our private life sometimes. We have to almost turn completely 180 degree and say, no, I want my private space and a sacred space not to be marauded and murdered by social media. I need my private and sacred space so that I can be anonymous in front of the Lordship. So he's feeling that khatpat khitpit, some attack is happening, and then he's thinking, oh, these Daitapatis, you know Daitapatis? They carry Jagannath in the Rath Yatra. How intimate is their service? Finally, what he does, he resigns. Often it's almost a very wonderful solution. Resign, khatpit, too much khatpat khitpit is happening, and he is again living, which Madhavanand Prabhu calls it, alone in the crowd. What does Madhavanand Prabhu of Jagannath Puri tells? We all have to learn to be living alone in the crowd. Because actually we all have to drive our airplanes, right? It is jet airplane. There is no wingman even there. We can't tell our spouses, please chant 8 rounds for me. No, we have to do. So he is again living alone in the crowd, and he is having the, in Hindi we use kash makash, or he's having this churning in the heart. I want to go to Mathura, but then Jagannath will show his effulgence to him. Okay, fine. Then he wants to go back again. Then Jagannath will again show his blooming eyes. The deities are not dead. They are not stone. So he's like, Jaun, na jaun. You know, loves me not. Jagannath comes to him in the dream. Baba, I am the same person. Why are you getting confused? Just go to Vrindavan. So he comes, goes to Vrindavan, the chapter ends, we enter the chapter 2, Gyan. First chapter was Vairag. We have seen, right? How chanting the mantra, no situation is desirous. He's leaving. And he comes back to Govardhan, where he is living his life. He's living under the, we call it Talhati. Talhati means foothills of Govardhan. And the deity which he is worshipping, what's the deity? Gopal mantra, what's the deity? Madan Gopal. So we have to sing a song. Govardhan ki rahi tarati, Govardhan ki rahi tarati, Nitya prati Madan Gopal ke, Nitya prati Madan Gopal ke, Charan kamal chit lagi charan kamal chit lagi. Perfect describes the mode of Sanatan Goswami and Gopa Kumar. Live in at the foothills of Govardhan, right? Govardhan ki rahiye means stay. Tarhati means foothills. And worship what? Nitya prati, daily. Not, it's not fasting. Today, tomorrow night. Once some of Brahmachari's friends had come and we had gone to meet, go to Narottam Das Thakur's place in Vrindavan. It's in Gyan Gudri, Radha Brajamohan. And then one of our friends asked the question to the reciting saint there, how should we study Bhagavatam? His answer was profound. Don't fast. He said, how should I read Bhagavatam? His answer was, don't fast. Sometimes we fast, right? Instead of Nityam Bhagavata Sevya, it is annual Bhagavata Sevya or fortnightly Bhagavata Sevya. So as much as possible, Nitya Prati Sparsh, touching the Bhagavatam. So he's saying, Nitya Prati Madan Gopal Lal Ke Charan Kamal Chit. Chit means heart, put them in the heart. Tana pulakit braj raj mein lotat. Tana pulakit braj raj mein lotat. गोविंद कुंड में नहीं है गोविंद कुंड में नहीं Anapulakita with goosebumps on the body before or after, do the rolling in the dust. People do that. If you can't do it, then take the Raj, at least apply somewhere on the body part and take bath in Govinda Kund. Now the last line is significant, which this Gopa Kumar has been doing. रसिक प्रीतम हित चित की बात रसिक प्रीतम हित चित की बात श्री गिरिधारी जी सो कहिए श्री गिरिधारी जी सो कहिए. The author, his name is Rasik Pritam, he's saying, Hit chitta ki baatein. Hit means benefit. What's really for your benefit? Chitta, it's in your heart. The sadhya, the shreyas, talk. Talk. To whom? Girdhari. So that's one level. Second level is, what is in their hit? So that is when we enter the frame seva of Thakurji, we think about, oh Thakurji, what should I offer you today? What can I make for you today? Which utsav I can do for you today? So this is the talk. So he, Gopakumar, enters now Govardhan and he's very, very nicely chanting. He sees his former friends, but nobody can recognize him because a lot of time has gone. So he's again enjoying the power of anonymity. We call it the greatness of littleness. What? The greatness of littleness. So he's again enjoying it, but he still feels, oh, the deity form was very nice of who? Jagannath. He's there in Vrindavan. Perhaps this was the time before 15th century where Madan Gopal deity is not there, Govind Dev deity is not there. Who else? Radha Raman is not there, Jogakishore is not there. So he's thinking, fine, Govardhan is like 24/7, 365 open, longest deity in the world, correct? It's longest deity, 24/7 open, 365 days open, and anybody can go. People can pick also. So, but still, Jagannath is Jagannath. So again, his legs get khujli. You know this? Sometimes we say some people have some graha nakshatra on their head that they will not sit in one place. Daksha also cursed Narad Muni like that. So he had that khujli. Khujli means irritation. So he went again to go to Jagannath Puri. But as they say, out of the frying pan and into fire. In Hindi we say, आसमान से गिरा खजूर में अटका. Out of the frying pan and into fire. So he goes and gets stuck in a place in Ganga where there are people worshipping, doing all the tantra mantras, pujas, and talking about Aho Swarga, Aho Swarga. Swarg is the best place because there Indra is having his younger brother called Upendra. We must go there. Let's do all the karmas so perfectly so that we can go there. And Gopakumar starts to feel faith in this. And he's a very curious little kid. He thinks, I must go to Swarga. And my guru says, Yat Yat Sankalpya Bhovatsa Nija Mantram Japishyasi. So he starts to chanting his mantra and he closes his eyes. What happens? From the shores of Ganga, he goes to Swarga. Now see, this we are telling the story, but in this story, entire topography is different. What is the topography? First those Atala, Tala, Tala, Mahatala, Vitala, Sutala, Patal. Correct? Then Bhur, Bhuva, Swarga. One day in Swarga is equal to 6 months here. Correct? So Bhu, Bhuva, these planets, they have They live for longer if we compare in comparison to Earth. And the other four lokas, they are Maharlok, then Janalok, Tapalok, Brahmalok, or Satyalok. They all four share the same time scale. What is the time scale? 1 day of Brahma is equal to 1 night of Brahma. In 1 day of Brahma, there are how many yugas? 1,000 Chatur yugas, which means 14 Indras come here and there. And everybody is 100 years. So Brahma has 14 times the life, right? Or day, not only day. Then we can multiply it by 360 into 100. So Brahma's time scale is 360 into 100 into 14 at least. Param Karna Prabhu can correct me. So, huge life. Huge life. But the problem is Khatpit is there everywhere. So he goes to Swarglok. Everything is nice. Upendra is there. And he feels everybody is so kind on me. Even mom, Aditi, and they are respectful towards me. And they have quickly taken me into their fold. And even Vishnu says, Arey Baba, don't do so much formal worship to me. Shloka number 5. Are you with me so far? I still have time till 8:30, correct? Hopefully the yat sankalpaya bho vatsa will reach where we want to reach today. Okay? So shloka number 5. Dishtya gato sitvam. Dishtya gato sitvam. Atra Shri Gopanandana. Alam danda pranamer me. Nikatenu saradhayam. Come little close. Nikate anusara. Come little. Dishtya means by good fortune. Agatosi, you have come. Oh, Gopanandana. He's the cowherd boy, right? Vishnu is telling, imagine. I mean, look at how much happy he would be feeling. And he says that, I have found everything. Everywhere Gopakumar comes, he's so simple. He goes and says, mil gaya. It's like a person who is fed with, a little peda. Amazing. Then you give him that big Giraj Mishthan Bhandar, wet son papdi, not dry, wet son. I found everything. Then you go to Nandagram and Malpua and floating in thick rabdi. I found everything. So level. So everywhere he is going, he is thinking, oh, that's it. Because things are also happening, right? Vishnu is directly talking and telling him, Alam Danda Praname. Don't do so much Dandavats, Bab. Right? Sometimes when we meet devotees, Dandavats is happening. Exercise not required because it's called Dandavat exercise. So some teenagers perhaps got so fed up when they met each other. They said, Prabhu, V for Vancha. Now we should not do such short form. We can at least do or Dandavats respect. So here it happens that Indra has a Nandakanana forest. We know about this, and it is very nice. The life in Swarga is digital. We have analog, right? Deteriorate. And then there is a whole more deteriorate. Then in Swarga it is one fine day. Time up, out, digital. So in Swarga, no, Adi Vyadi, nothing is there, but there is one issue. Competition. Too much competition. And Gopakumar is noticing it. Please see this Brihad Bhagavatamrita is a big lesson on all of us to observe and not comment. What? Keep observing. Time is the best healer. One of the doctor was telling me when we showed him our medical reports and some of the things were up and down. He said, see, health is not only numbers. Sometimes follow masterful silence. What? Masterful silence. Just don't do anything. Just don't do anything. We might have to do, we have to do, but sometimes in relation, in health, rest. And Mahatma Gandhi would say, Langhanam Parama Aushadham. Langhana means fasting. So fasting is the best medicine. Nowadays, even medical science, intermittent fasting is happening. So he was observing, and he has become now a resident of Swarga, but he wants to have intimate association with Upendra. So what does he do? He chants his mantra. Close. Now, please understand, they say comparison is the thief of joy, correct? And especially in this day and age, we really cannot bifurcate comparison with competition generally. No sooner we even think about comparison, it is aham mameti, right? No sooner we think, oh, he or she has something better, immediately the dynamo of the heart will go and propel us for competing. So many times saints tell us, just don't get into the zone of comparison. And a device which fosters a lot of comparison, we know, isn't it? So, masterful silence. Just shut down. You be with Krishna, your Guru, and a little satsanga. Keep on moving forward. But now, what is this Gopakumar doing? He's also comparing, right? Indra is serving so closely. I'm here, third class citizen. I should japa and yat sankalp bhuva vatsa. But his comparison is innocence. He just wants the drishti is not towards him but to others. This is fine. If we can look at somebody's progress and feel, let me also do it. Not to bring him down, but to bring myself closer. I know a mutt in Vrindavan, sort of Gaudiya, where the disciples used to have competition. Weird competition. Not like who will eat maximum panipuris. Sometimes that also competition is there. But they had a competition. What? Oh, you are chanting 21 hours. I'll chant 21 and a half hours. And they will sit. Amazing competition, right? So one Mataji was there, she would chant for 22 hours, and another person, 22 hours. Let me chant more, 15 minutes more. That's good. However, when it comes to us, we may quickly go to the competing and then envy and matsare and parodaye dvesha. Somebody is going up, dvesha. So if that's the situation, just shut down everything. I don't need to look at others. Just do our part. And when we are in a good heart situation, then we can take that comparison to propel ourselves. He is innocent, so he can do it right away. He chants and he becomes what? Indra. Because Indra Maharaj did some thing and then some aparadha happened, he violated somebody and then he had to be chucked off and they didn't find anybody else. They made him Indra. And you know what he did? He appointed everybody. No, that will come later, but he started doing more and more yajna and things like that. And he was chanting his rounds, etc., etc. But he was still sad. Why he was sad? Because Vishnu, after having the offerings, would again go away somewhere else, right? He has to give mercy to other people. So he was a little bit sad. And every time he becomes sad, he thinks about Brajbhumi Mohini Mein Jani. I know Brajbhumi as the most perfect place, but he has experienced Jagannath Puri also. So he's torn between Brajbhumi and Purushottam Shri. Where should I go? Where should I go? See, he's always thinking grass is greener on the other side, which is good. Devotees like we should be satisfied at the same time dissatisfied. Satisfied in the sense that we don't have to like really be daily schizophrenia should not be there. I'm not. No. Okay, you're doing something. But a certain sense of dissatisfaction that I need to go more. It's an infinite journey. Somebody, I think, asked some of the saints about a question about humility, and the saint said, you can never be humble enough. You can never be humble enough. There's no like limit. Iske niche nahi. No, it's a bottomless journey. So he said it, he stays for whole one celestial year. Vrajbhumi and the Nilachal Dham are into his mind, and when it's just crescendo. Some sages come from the top. Who are they? They are Prajapatis from Maharloka. And shloka number 6. Pujya Devanam Puja. Pujya Devanam Puja. Devanam Apyamituke. Devanam Apyamituke. Kim Mahatmya Mahatejo. Kim Mahatmya Mahatejo. Maya Putra Vasanti Va. We are devatas, and the people down there worship us. But who are we worshipping? Why are we worshipping them? These people who have come from the top. He's still innocent. He doesn't know much. And people chide him, Baba, you have come to Swarga. You don't know all this? And he says, their Mahatma is amazing. Mahatejomaya. Effulgence is huge. Where do they stay? So they tell they are from the upper planetary system called Maharloka. Nice educated way of teaching the whole hierarchy, right? He has come up till Swarga. When they talk Maharlok, they have come from Maharlok. These are Prajapatis. Their happiness is like multi times. Really? Okay. So he starts chanting his mantra. And yat yat sankalpya bhovatsa nija mantram japishyasi. From Swarga, he goes to Maharloka. What is this Maharloka? All everybody is doing Havan there, idhar Havan, udhar Havan, and they are offering Charu. What is Charu? Charu is a particular offering which is given in Yagyas, and Vishnu is honoring it. This Maharloka is very special also because when the annihilation happens, one day of Brahma, then there is night of Brahma. In the night of Brahma, the Rudra come out of the eyes of Brikuti or whatnot of Ananta Shesha, who is holding the planets. They burn the entire planetary system, right? So all these lokas up till Swargloka burn. And then because of so much of heat, there are clouds of devastation. So all these lokas up until Swargaloka come down in the Garbhodaka Ocean. So good, he was saved. But there is heat in Maharloka also. Tawa garm hai. Maharloka is burning. So people of Maharloka go where? To Janaloka. Nice way of describing the topography, right? So he's in Maharloka and he's looking everything what Prajapatis are doing, and Prajapatis are giving him an offer which many people will not refuse. What's the offer? A good severance package, maybe. What is the offer? Pradiemanam asmabhir vipratvam swikuru drutam. Drutam, quickly accept. We are giving our form to you. You are this and wearing a uttariya and a phata purana dhoti. It was a nice dhoti. Nice dhoti. And some bamboo flute is there. What is this? And we'll give you effulgent silk clothes and a form like us, Prajapati. But did he choose Gopakumar? No, his guru had blessed him. He will stay like that. So he did not accepted it, but he continued to chant his mantra. He would see Vishnu, however, he would again not see him because Vishnu would go away to do other things. And then when happens the burning of the lokas, he had to go to Janaloka. And in Janaloka, this was a night time, everything was closed. He said, there I didn't even see Yagya, there I didn't even see any form of the Lord. So he is not destroyed. He is remembering Vrajabhumi and Purushottam Kshetra again. See, he's able to do it because he stayed simple and innocent. Mark Twain, have you heard his name? He said, it is better to deserve honors and not have them. It is better to deserve honors and not have them than to have them and not deserve them. Tongue twisted, but means something. It is better to deserve honors and not have them than to have them and not deserve it. In Roman, when Roman kings were there, they would have a job applicant, a job opening. And this person who was installed in that job had a task to tell the Roman emperor you're just an ordinary person. Hawa mein mat udo. You're just an ordinary person. Don't think you are yourself to be God. And this is even taught in Buddhist tradition. Maybe we can do a little bit exercise, and it will be exercise for your necks also. So turn and look at your right shoulder. Imagine there is a bird sitting on it. And the bird is telling you, Momento mori. What she's telling? This too shall pass. The bird is telling that this too shall pass. Don't think you are at the height. That's a nice job application in the world of AI, right? Somebody around you telling, maybe we can train Grok also. Afterwards, they say, Sir, you're not my boss. You're not the boss of the entire planet. So he stayed simple, and he's teaching us lesson that emerge comfortable with the off real life. What? Emerge comfortable with the off real life. On real life, everybody is comfortable, right? Nobody posts on social media that mar gaye. Today, I felt so sad today, and then last week was pathetic. I will do danvats to a person who will post like that. Generally, it is all good stories, right? Have you thought about it? Is the life only punctuated by good stories? Not at all. That's what they do in movies, right? Even the war is a happy ending. Really? Abraham Lincoln gave the address. I mean, we've crossed the 250, right? On the Gettysburg Address, it was just 2 minute speech, 217 words. But we all teach in the American curriculum. And he said, let's not make this ground as hallowed. Blood was spilled here. Let's not make this ground as hallowed. We have to work towards it. So, his lesson to us is emerge comfortable with the off-real life. Life is full of pains. And second is celebrate others' success. Can we celebrate others' success also? So, from Maharlok, he goes to Janalok when the Dosa Tawa is burning up, right? And you know what? During Brahma's night, even all these four lokas are destroyed also. Because what happened? The dosa tawa is hot, so they come to Janalok. Pizza tawa is hot, they go to Tapalok. Tapa means tapa. I don't know if tandoori is hot. They go to Brahma Loka. And during the Brahma night, Brahma takes all of them. Chalo, let's go and do dive in the Garbhodaka ocean. Not all of them go, because in the upper four planetary system we talked about, there are some liberated. They just went to, Mount Rainier for some time pass. For the Mount Rainier is Maharloka. Let's go see check out what's there. Oh, time up, let's go. So they get liberated, but not all. And those who are not, Brahma takes them, comes down into the Garbhodaka ocean, and then into the belly of Mahavishnu. And what happens to the four lokas? They also come down voluntarily. So all the lokas are until Swarg Loka get destroyed by fire and the rain, but the rest of the four lokas come down voluntarily. Whatever it is, it's destruction. So he goes to Janaloka, comes back to Maharloka, miserable, but then some people come from up above. These are four people dressed only in four directions. And Nanne Munne say, 5-year-old, Sanat, they all have this tongue twister names, right? Sanat, Sanatan, Sanat Kumar, Sanandan, right? And they come there, and seeing their effulgence, he thinks, where have they come from? I need to go there. People explain that these people are great tapasvis. So he decides to go to their loka. Janaloka is already visited. No mountains there. No time pass jagah there. He goes directly to Tapaloka, where there are no deities. But these people are so Brahman realized, just by seeing them, he feels Shanti. He feels peace. So he goes there and he's immersed into meditation. Now on Maharloka, wherever you look, people are doing Swaha. Here, wherever you look, you don't see anybody. Why? Because people are hiding in the nook and corner and meditating. So now he's confused. That Braj Bhumi was so nice. Purushottam Kshetra was so nice. At least there was somebody to look at. Alamban. It's called support. Somebody to look at. But here I'm not finding anybody. I want to go to Nilachal Dham. We have still 10 minutes more. Nilachal Dham. And here is an interesting segue. And this is the beautiful thing about Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Very complicated concepts they have described in the form of these conversations, right? Gopakumar going up and down, whole topology, second canto is described. Third canto portions are described. Then Atala, Patala, all these things, fifth canto portion is described. 10th canto will come later. Here they are describing now what is a general discussion between remembrance and kirtan, or rather seeing the Lord in the heart versus seeing the Lord in through the eyes. So Pippalayana. Pippalayana is one of the rishis. It comes in the 11th canto. He sees, what is happening? We are all meditating happily. This fellow wants to see the Lord. See, these people are powerful, right? They can read our hearts. So Pippalayana comes to him. Pippalayana comes to him and tells him, and this is a very interesting dialogue. But please understand, many of these dialogues are happening, they are at levels. In Swarga was high. Mahaloka, that was high. Janaloka, that's high. So here also Tapoloka, we have to do a little bit discount factor. That they are describing according to the situation of that loka, correct? Well, in Seattle is the best. Even Prabhupada would encourage like that. Somebody would say, he would go to a place where deity worship is happening. Deity worship pleases me most. Hi ball. And then some other place Prabhupada would describe like that. It is called Prakarana Shruti. What? Prakarana Shruti. Praise according to the context also. Even there are Puranas in which Devatas are praised, but that's not a be all and end all. We need Sarvadharana Shruti, a Shruti, a praise encompassing everything, which Bhagavatam does, right? Ete Chamsa Kala Pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. It's called Sarvadharana Shruti. So Pippalayana tells him, see, you cannot see Krishna from your eyes. You cannot see Bhagavan from your eyes. It has to be mind only. Your na bhave grahyam indriyai. You cannot see from the eyes. It has to be in the mind only. Because mind is the center of all the senses, correct? How do we experience pain and pleasure? Senses are dead. Soul is untouched. How? If there's a gulab jamun, senses are dead. Soul is untouched. So how do we experience? By the way, mind is also dead. It's also jada matter, right? Soul is udasin. Mind, intelligence, senses are dead. How do we experience them? When mind comes in contact with soul, mind thinks he is Chetan, soul thinks he is Jad. We take the qualities of each other. Anyonya, illusion, right? When we dream, we think what? We are the king. We take the qualities of what we are seeing in the dream. So mind takes the quality of soul thinking it is alive, and soul starts thinking it is dead. That's why we are fearful of death also. Because mind becomes or feels it is conscious, we start experiencing pain and pleasure. So Pippalayana is telling him, it's only in the mind. Even if Bhagwan appears in the front of you, if your mind is not involved, you won't. So Hanumat Preshak Maharaj says, if you haven't read first and second cantos of Bhagavatam, if Krishna comes in front of you, you won't distinguish between the lotus feet of Krishna and the lotus feet of a buffalo. You won't distinguish. If somebody comes in front of you and say, "Pakke se indigo blue paint karke aaye," painted the body and come, because our Shraddha won't be there. Any historical examples of people who acted that way? Duryodhan, Shishupal, Kamsa, all of them, right? So Pippalayana is telling him, Baba, Smaran. Out of Navvida Vyakti, Smaran is the Mukhya. Think, even if you see Krishna in front of you, Krishna will quickly go away. Then you will savor only in the mind. There is some point to it, but Vaikuntha Vasis will cut this in the third or the fourth or the fifth session. Because what if your Indriyas become fully spiritual? Becomes, right? Then you can see Krishna in front. He has a point pertaining to Kali Yuga, that in Kali Yuga, generally Krishna doesn't appear in the front. And mind has to be controlled. So that's why telling, think, smaran, smaran, smaran. But later, we'll elaborate, Vaikuntha Vasis will tell, see, if you do Uchaya Sankirtan, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Mind is involved, senses is involved, you will be benefited, others will be benefited. So there Vaikuntha Vasis is Sankirtan. Or Smaran without stopping Sankirtan. We'll come to that later. Pippalayan has made his point and he thinks, wow. So he starts meditating. And because of the attention, his mind is cleared. But this guy is smart. He's not leaving the mantra also. So he is now attentively chanting. Sanatan Goswami has checked a point here. Through this journey, he has taught us what? Stabilize the mind. Attentive chanting will have quickened results. So, shloka number 7. Antar angantar angamtu prema bhaktim yatharuchi datumar viya avisramam mana eva samahitam. He's telling you only by concentration you can samahitam mane eva, you can give the best praying to the deity. So Gopakumar starts meditating nicely. Shloka number 8. Together we'll say Tato japepi me nishta avidhata sukam swata Intvasya madhuri vyakuli kurute. I started doing that, but the Vrajabhumi's madhuri, it was making me anxious. So that's a lesson to all the Vaishnavas that anxiety of Yashoda Maya is not just about the stability and of Shanti of the Prajapatis. The way Yashoda Maya is anxious is praised more than the meditation of these Prajapatis. He's still Vyakul. And when he's Vyakul, he sees somebody else coming from the top. Who is he? On the swan carrier, Brahma, and everybody is worshipping. So he thinks, oops, there's something higher. So yeah, Sankalpe Bhovatsa Nijamantram Japishyasi. He goes up there. Wow, Brahma is getting personal lessons from Vishnu. I want to become Brahma also. So, Brahmaji once touched a foam. It turned into a demon. Oops, Brahmaji ran away. Maybe he was a Jiva. Because Brahmaji can be a Jiva, Brahmaji can be a Bhagwan also. Sometimes Krishna himself becomes Brahma. So, this was particularly a Jiva. Or maybe Krishna, who wanted to do some pastime, ran away. Hey, who is that? Make him. Imagine, right? Everywhere his desire is getting fulfilled because his guru has blessed. So he becomes Brahma. Can I take 5-10 more minutes, please? Yes? Okay. Those are okay? No, please. Every chapter has 300 verses. And we are trying to touch the main verses also so that we are doing the Sevan, Upasya Sevan of this Grantha. So he goes there and comes what they call in cinema Dutch tilt. The angle, in a camera, in the movies they put the camera in a particular way, and right here the camera comes, and some people are discussing. What? Because Brahmaji is happy, but some people come and say, liberation is best. Just let's come out of all these 14 planetary systems. So what did you say? I mean, we have to come out also. Mukti. Then what happens? He enters a sabha. And which is this sabha about? This is again beauty of Brihad Bhagavatam. All the Upanishads, Puranas, Agamas, and Tantras are personified discussing amongst each other the conclusions of the scriptures. So somebody said, only Jnana. Then those who were a little bit Vaishnava oriented Upanishad, they say, Gyan? They became little, no, only Bhakti. So Srimad Bhagavatam and Sattva Tantras, they smile. Very nice. Very nice. But then a deep conversation ensues. And Bhagavatam, we know, right? Nirmat Saranam Satam. The person Bhagavat there at that time, I don't want to enter into this Vaad Vivad. Bhagavatam just turns, walks off from this Vaad Vivad, where somebody is telling Gyan is supreme, other is telling Gyan is liberation, is just a byproduct of bhakti. Some is saying Gyan only can get you moksha, others saying, oh, bhakti byproduct is moksha. Finally, they have a referee and that argument happens and the Bhakti Paksha wins. So Gopakumar says, where did Bhagavatam go? So he runs after Bhagavatam. Please, they have come to a discussion only and I totally agree with you. This Gyan I also don't understand. I think you smiled, which means you are inclined to Bhakti. Can you explain me the conclusions, please? What a nice way of understanding, right? Bhagavatam itself is speaking. So the conclusions of Bhagavatam in the next 5 verses are described, and this is like the, can say, the kesar in the rabdi. Amazing, right? Just 5 verses to describe all the conclusions. Shloka number 9, it is just telling, Baba, don't worry about moksha. Bhakti is moksha is a byproduct of bhakti. In fact, moksha is illusion also because we are already liberated. In one sense, we are Atma. We are in illusion, right? If we think we are Atma, we are liberated. So it's an illusion. So they say, Kathanchit together, Kathanchit Bhagavan Nama Asasyapi Sasiddhati Sakriduchar Matre Karnam Praveshata. If you just even take name Abhas Rupi, and if you go in some places, in Sanskrit also, Ralayo Rabhedha, Ra and La is same, Praharad or Prahalad. But in some countries, they'll say Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hey, if Krishna so desires, he can give you liberation. Or Karna Praveshata, you are going on the road and you may hear it. Maybe it will start doing some churning inside. And then the Bhagavatam says, Shloka number 10 to 13, Sukharupam Sukhadhara Sharitara Pindavanmatam Shri Krishna Charana Vandvam Sukham Brahma Tu Kevalam. See, Brahma is Sukh, but Krishna is Sukh Asathas. As they say, is Ghanibhut Sukh. What is Brahma? Brahma is Krishna who has held back his energies. I won't show any. Right? It's like a Sethji. One scholar gives this nice example. A Sethji has lot of wealth, but I won't show. Then he's Brahma. But then when he says, take it, I have so many energies, he becomes Krishna. So is Brahma equal to Krishna? Of course. Is he equal to Paramatma? Of course. But Brahma is Krishna in a limited way. So they are describing Brahma is Keval Sukh. But Sri Krishna Charan itself is Sukhadharaha. It's the basis of Sukh. Or as we call Tasathas. There is no other space in it. Then they say, Atas tasmad abhinnaste भिन्ना अपि सतां मताः मुक्तौ सत्यां विप्रायो वेदास्तिष्ठे ततो. In one line they describe Achintya Bheda Bhed philosophy. Our mat is Achintya Bheda Bhed. Jiva is Bhinna as well as Abhinna. And because it is Abhinna, already liberated. Just that we are dreaming. Correct? We are looking here. If we look here, that's liberation. Then they say, अस्मिन् हि भेद भेदाख्ये सिद्धान्ते स्मत्सु सम्मते युक्त्यावतारिणे सर्वं निरवध्यं ध्रुवम्. Srimad Bhagavatam says, my philosophy is abheda bhed. Jiva is same as Krishna and different. And if anybody establishes this philosophy with logical conclusions, nobody will have any doubt. Who did that for us? Srila Prabhupada. Isn't it? Even small kid will say, Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is Vibhu, we are Anu. If somebody would need whole sandarbhas to read to come to that conclusion. This, even by that, they cannot come to this conclusion. And then Sada pramana bhutanam asmakam mahatam tatha vakyani vyavaharasya pramanam har sarvata. This is the praman. This is our praman. Our words establish it, or our words are accepted by everybody, and those who worship us, their words and behaviors are also accepted. He's now very happy. Okay, so looks like I'm liberated. But wait a minute. I mean, if you still want to feel what liberation looks like, maybe you can try to go outside this planetary system. And you will come to a loka called Mahakalpur. Here, Mahakalpur, it will be such a strong 100-watt light that you might not see anything. Correct? Chakachon. What's the verse in Ishopanishad? Hiranmayena patrena satyasya vihitam mukha. Correct? Mukham? Satyasya vihitam mukham. Then show us, right? Exactly that verse is here, which is the last word for today, shloka number 14. They are warning him. Go there, but don't think that it is impersonal. Depends on your bhakti. Because if your bhakti is great and you pray like this Sri Ishopanishad, Krishna may reveal himself. Shloka number 14. Tat Swarupa Nirvacham Kathachit Varnaye Budaihi Sakaram Cha Nirakaram Yadha Matyanusarata. It comes to the same point with which we started the discussion today. What story you like? What story you want to read? You want to read the story Sarva Khalvidam Brahma? Okay, Krishna will reveal you as Brahman, Nirakar. And if the story by the grace of Acharya is, I want to interact with radical personalism, right? We will feed Thakurji Kadi also, Pakodi also, Kheer also, Pizza also. Somebody said, Prabhuji, pizza is not traditional. Who cares? It's a member of the family. Isn't it? Some place in Vrindavan, the bhav goes like over the top. Some bhoga comes. Even prasad comes from some temple. They offer it to the deity. Why? He's not a deity. He's a member of the family. We eat nice chakrabdi and he eats batashe. Not fair, right? So imagine radical personalism, right? So this verse says, depending on your mati anusaratah sakar or nirakar. But don't go directly. First take a stop over at Brajbhumi. So he comes back to Brajbhumi, to Vrindavan. Some journeys should be done, some falls should be felt. So we end this discussion with a very sweet song, which he is feeling here, right? He's coming back to Brajbhumi. Brajbhumi mohini mein jani, Brajbhumi mohini mein jani. Mohan Kunj Mohan Vrindavan Mohan Kunj Mohan Vrindavan. He was feeling that Rajbhumi is now attracting him again and again. That's why it is Mohan. Mohan means attracting. Mohan Jamuna Pani Pani Mohan Jamuna Pani. about the gopis. Mohanari sakala gokula ki mohanari sakala gokula ki. Even if these Gopikas may not know Sanskrit, may not know the complicated verbs, but Krishna likes their Hey Dharike, even the Gali or Gari as they say, as wow, right? Mo Dholaki Amrit Vani Vani Dholaki the last line is preempting the sixth session discussion. Shri Bhatt ke Prabhu Mohan Nagar. Shri Bhatt ke Prabhu Mohan Mohan Radha Rani. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare श्री बृहद भागवतामृत ग्रंथ की जय, सनातन गोस्वामी पाद की जय, शिल प्रभुपाद की जय. Kindly forgive 10 minutes over time. We can take questions, comments, reflections if you have permission. Should we take? And I should announce about it. Yes. So earlier, remember in 2013-14, BBT had come up with Brihad Bhagavatamrit, and it was huge granthas like this big. Now I think maybe a few years ago they have made a compact version of it. This is here, one volume. It is in 3 volumes. Amazing print, amazing pictures, and it has Devanagari, Roman transliteration, word by word, and something which I think we'll discuss in future sessions, Gopi Paran Dhana Prabhu's Prabhupada Way commentary. See, Sanatan Goswami wrote a commentary on this book, Kartik Darshan Tika, but Prabhupada, how he would write commentary? He would take rope in everything together and write his ecstasies. That's Gopi Parandhan Prabhu. His commentary is in that style. He encompasses everything of Sanatan Goswami commentary, yet gives it in that Prabhupada style. So, I think it's there in Portland. You have it?
You can take orders.
Prabhu can take orders, and I think
$65 for
okay,
3 set one.
3 set volumes, $65. Please, you can contact Prabhu, and in my opinion, amazing grantha as we are seeing it, and something to be read again and again. Merely 2,513 verses as compared to 14,040 verses of Bhagavatam. And verses are encapsulating it. Thank you. Questions, comments, reflections? Anything which stuck with you? Ashish Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So, during one of the lectures, during one of the comments you made, when you said that comparison is the thief of joy, and later you said that we should be able to celebrate other people's success. Seems like a very valuable quality on the path of which we are pursuing. How anything if you could say on how does one start practicing, because it seems the envy just comes very quickly as a first.
Yeah. I think our well should be full of water. Our individual well, which means our heart. And their first step is our personal self. And as much as off the real. Nobody should even our mind should know about our realizations and ecstasies also. Nobody should know. So that well should be full first. Second, we should have some people around us who really love us and are on the same frequencies, whom which we can share. So we really don't care about the world. That's called satsang. So in the satsang, that Adan Pradhan is happening. I'm thinking about His Grace Vaisheshika Maharaj's reading sessions in Govardhan. Just plain Srila Prabhupada's book reading and reading, commenting, and whatever is going in the world, right? I mean, Iran, okay, hote rahega, we'll pray. Praying is also working, but something very valuable. So first, our well. Second, some wells around us so that we can exchange some water, maybe meetha pani, khara pani, like that. And also, along with that, if you can add an individual offering in terms of your personalized seva, your particular seva, because Vaisheshika Maharaj says it, what? Your seva will save ya. Your seva will save you. So these three things, much more can be said, but as much trying to, fill ourselves, have a satsanga like-minded. And Rupa Goswami mentions this, Sajati Ashay Snigdhau Swato Vare Bhagavata Rasikanam Sange. So, and then I have seen it. Radhika Raman Prabhu calls this individual mandala. Mandala. You can say our own mandala. So we may have our own mandala, few people around who love us. They know exactly where we are lying, and we are not insecure. And when then we are filled with that, I think really if whoever goes up, hey, go more up. And that's what we saw in the first canto of Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Hanumanji is telling Narad Muni, you should go to Dwarkavas. And now it's chalo, saath mein karte hain. Let's go together. Hanumanji is ready, then he says, wait. I'm happy. We are from monkey jati. Hey, Krishna is playing flute. And I don't know what can happen, and I may commit offense. I am happy with Ram Japu, Ram Japu, Ram Japu, Bhavare. So he starts describing the qualities of Ram. That episode is a description of this. One is fully full and is able to appreciate, and then he says, but if he calls me, I will go to Dwarka. Because what happens when Krishna calls him in Dwarka, Satyabhama becomes, or rather Rukmini becomes Janaki. Ram becomes, Krishna becomes Ram. And maybe he catches few people, become few bandars. Isn't it? Does it help you? Thank you. More thoughts, comments, reflections? Yes.
Thank you for the beautiful description of Gokakumara's journey. And I just, where is that Mahakalapura?
Mahakalapura, we'll come. Next session, we'll begin that. We'll pierce all the layers of coverings on the 14 planetary system. It's basically Brahmajyoti. It's called Mahakalapura. And there Lord Shiva will come. And Uma will also come. I mean, that Uma. Thank you. Thank you. More thoughts? Yes, please.
These sessions are like amazing. I'm like really like if you take these sessions, you take us to the journey. It's like I can see the scene in front of me. It's so descriptive and vivid, and I'm on the fence for like reading. I can jump in now. These are really, thank you so
Credit
much.
goes to Gopi Paranadhan Prabhu, all the Acharyas. I mean, we don't, put Tuta languages and somehow. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We are also traveling along with Gokumara.
Okay. Thank you. More thoughts, comments? I sweet devotees. Okay.
So from the two sessions, is the essence, like till now, is the essence that we should not think of going anywhere, just stick with the Nam or Seva?
Well, that's what we said, right? Good scriptures, generally, our tradition of scriptures is that they will give the end point first. So even in Bhagavatam, you see verses in the 12th canto and the first canto are repeated. Shushusho Shaddanasa, those verses, divinity and divine service are repeated. Yad Bhag Visargo Janataga Viplava, I think some of those verses are repeated. And even before Mahatmya, it tells some of these verses. Yam Pravajantamanupeta Pita. Like that. Give the essence so that if the fellow beach may clean bold, at least he gets the essence. So here also, right in the beginning, he's putting, right? Three things. Radhika Dasye Chavaha, Tad Priyata, something like that, and also Nam Sankirtan. In fact, this was also the conclusion of the first book. So we can say that worshipping in the mood of elevated souls, A, B, never leaving Nam Sankirtan, right? And maybe one more lesson from here is just staying simple. You know, all of us are special. Maybe some are tumblers this big, some are big, some are small, some are crooked, some are elongated, but Krishna fills them up to the brim, right? So nobody can say, I am not full, correct? I mean, we made this tiny glass, shots, or a big, but it is full. So what will every bhakta say? I am full, right? So that's a lesson to us. Everybody is perfect at this. This comes to this conclusion as well. Na vichare. Don't unsettle others also. And I'm just so much remembering Vaisheshika Maharaj. He says, leave everyone with good impression. And we have to assist them. So they are in their journey and Krishna will fill them up to the brim. Maybe in a way different than us. So we can support them and let the journey go on. Yeah? Does that help you? Thank you. Other thoughts, comments? Prabhu. Gopika Mataji. Thank you. They are coming from ISKCON Silicon Valley and flooding this area with books, right? And Ramani is also here.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Your comment reminded me one of the notes that you had written earlier that about satisfaction and dissatisfaction. You wrote that how a sadhaka should be satisfied with his material life but unsatisfied with his sadhana. That reminded me that you have written long back, and that always stick to me whenever this satisfaction and dissatisfaction comes. If you like, you can elaborate on that.
Maybe I copied from somebody. Yeah, sort of dissatisfied. Of course, there also, as we were discussing, utsahan, nishchayat, dhairyat. So some sense of dhairya is there, but then there is also dissatisfaction. Something more has to happen. So I think what you're saying, but for the spiritual life, material life, maybe practicing more satisfaction is always a good idea. Yeah. Thank you. Maybe I copied from you, Prabhu. You exemplified. Ramni, you want to say something? No. Mataji, you want to say?
To increase the appreciation capacity for the devotees.
Yeah, actually, interestingly, few weeks back, one of my very good brahmachari friends in ISKCON Chopati gave this seminar celebrating others' success. And I was really waiting online upload. I want to see it, but it wasn't. What's significant? This personality who gave actually stands for it. You know, they say in Hindi, let me repeat as translate to English, जो खाता है वही डकार आती है. Whatever person eats, he burps in that way, right? If you ate pizza, it's a pizza burp. If pecan ice cream, it's a pecan ice cream burp. Whatever you eat. So be around those persons who have such appreciating capabilities and celebrating others' success. They will show from their behavior, Bhagavatam says, that we can stay happy. We can invent happiness, more happiness, even when somebody else is going out. So I think theoretically it cannot be, but when we see those saints who have that capability, oh yes, it is quite attractive. That is one way, yeah. And being fully satisfied or to somewhat satisfied in a area which you have carved out for yourself by taking knowledge and guidance from seniors and friends around you who tell us, "Aap bilkul theek kar rahe hain, you are doing perfect. Keep on going. This will take you to Bhagwan." So then it gives us confidence. I'm okay. I can only cook paneer butter masala. Let somebody else cook whatever. I'm expert in that. See, then what will happen? That happiness itself is propelling us. Does that make sense? And this is Krishna's cardinal teaching in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Swe swe adhikare anishta. Paradharma, parodharma, bhayavaha. Don't do somebody else's job perfectly. Do your own job where you feel for it even imperfectly. I keep remembering why he is saying that. Because that kind of satisfaction and reciprocation we give, then we are not really bothered about. Then we see, oh, Krishna is inspiring them in that way. Let me fan the spark there also. Then we can become fan the sparkers. Does that help you? Yeah.
Just, I think the example that you're giving, that Hanumanji himself took him to the other place, that and he was satisfied there.
Hanumanji was satisfied. He told Narmani, you can go. Yeah.
So that's what happened. Like sometime, okay, if you're not in the same service domain, okay, you do whatever excel in other service. I don't care much, but if you're in the same service, if you are like he didn't care Hanumanji here, okay, because he was very much focused on his service. He doesn't care, okay, you go wherever you want. So the problem happened when you're in the same service and you're trying to see that, and so if that you can give help for that, I think that will be.
Mukhagan Prabhu always hits us. Yes, it's challenge. Cook really doesn't care about preacher, right? Keep preaching. I'll keep cooking. You come into the preaching domain, So I think then there are domain-specific solutions. A preacher must be totally all right hearing to others also. I mean, everybody has limited time, yeah, but if you are there, other person is there, then there should not be any khujli or irritation. No, how can I hear? Should not be there. If you're a cook, you should be totally all right eating somebody else's burnt chapati as well. So there's a domain-specific solution. And second is that, again, taking that service as an individual offering to Krishna. Then you know what? You will carve out a domain within that domain. Then it will be a unique offering, A. B, satisfaction is there. Then, as they say, Sari Bhumi Gopal. Everything, mason and the matter is Krishna. He has given us the abilities, he's given the others ability also. So that satisfaction or reciprocation drives us. It's easy said than done, but people have been successful. Yeah, they have conquered over that asuya. Asuya means parodaye dvesha. Somebody is going par udaye dvesha. That's what we are describing, right? Somebody is going up, come down. So like that, and constant, third thing, constant vigilance. Maybe have somebody near you whom you can say, am I crossing my boundaries? Can you sense jealousy? Either the person will can directly tell you if you have that relation, the Guru Shishya relation, or you can ask that person. Because people who are close can check from how and how. He has a kujli. So either have that, so constant vigilance, and you say, Prabhu, this is too much. My random access memory will get burnt. Constant vigilance, but it's rewarding. Because nirmat saranam satam, right? Vedyam vasnam atravastu shivadam. Then Bhagavat will start really speaking to us. So reward is quite nice. So with all these steps, like last time we saying COVID solution, eat giloy, eat kaju, eat badam, put mask, put vaccine, whatnot. No, vaccine is a controversial issue, but do whatever it can. So we do whatever different things we can. Does that help you, Prabhu? I think you're just asking for my purification. You know it all. Thank you. Any other comments, reflections? Okay. We end here. Okay, so next class, we'll all be liberated. In the Mahakalpura. So host, we really thank the host. You have something to add, Prabhu and Prabhu? Shweta?
Nothing much to add, Prabhu. Thank you very much for gracing this occasion and talking about various journeys. We're all blessed and happy to hear what you have talked about. And hopefully it can inspire us to be a bit more than what we were like
Yes. I'm hoping. Thank you. Madhava? Yeah, you have something to add?
Thank you very much for coming and telling me about all of these and all of us all about these things and like helping us be inspired and sparking.
Sparking. Wow. So big. And the sparkers.
Is to continue our devotion.
Wow, that's so eloquent. Thank you. Martha, do you want to add something? Yeah, Martha.
I'm very happy that you come here. Very delighted.
Thank you. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Jagannath. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Tomorrow's session is at Single Mataji and Harshit Prabhu's home.